So I did some deep dive, and I want y'all to know doing this isn't easy. I had to go look at some players' games before I selected them. You'll see this. Like, I had to go look at her games. I had to go look at some of her games from last year and kind of put an analysis together. So for me, you right, Unc. 2 free throws a game mean you're not being aggressive or mostly a jump shooter. And again, it's only been 4 games, Unc, but she's not really like a penetration guard. She's more of a catch and shoot, corner shooter. She plays backdoor a lot, which I love about her. Just watching film on her, she's a backdoor player, so she plays backdoor a lot. So. But again, it's not really about that though when you're analyzing her, because you don't when she goes to the free throw line, she's knocking them down. So you're not really worried about that. And again, a great coach will put her in the right positions for those to be efficient. So you don't need to worry about that. This is my measurements for me for those who can't see the slide. What's up, Antoine? What's up, Antoine? Hey, make sure y'all like the video as y'all come in. We got 65 people in here. Make sure y'all liking the video as y'all come in. Again, I'm only 28 subscribers away from 400. So make sure you're a subscriber if you're watching right now. If you're not a subscriber, just go hit the subscribe button, man. Show the boy some love. It don't cost nothing to hit the subscribe button. I'm actually 26. Shout out to somebody that just subscribed. I'm 26 subscribers away from 400, man. Shout out to y'all. 20. Let's get to 400 by the end of this stream if we can. I'm only 26 away from 400. Shout out to y'all. Shout out to y'all. Again, I'm opening the pen up in a little bit. I only got 2 slides to get to. So for me, after doing thorough research, and again, this isn't easy. I had to go watch other players' film, look at height comparisons, how they play on the court, field goal percentages matching together, because I really wanted them to make sense for y'all that don't really watch film. So when I say a player, you can be like, okay, that's who she plays like. I can see her fitting on this team or that team. I can see why she was drafted here. So for me, height comparisons, she is 6'1". Bridget Carrollton, those of you who know her, she's one of my favorite players in the WNBA. She plays with Nafisa on the Lynx. Shout out to her. She plays basically her and McBride. They kind of go back and forth between that 2-3. It depends on who they're playing. Kalia Copper, Nafisa Collier, who to my surprise is 6'1". I thought she was at least 6'3". Nafisa is 6'1", and Lexi Hall as well is 6'1". So that's her. Uncle J.E., after watching that film, did you watch my film breakdown? Where in my film breakdown did you see Mabry in her game? Let me know. Maybe I missed something. In her breakdown, where did you see Mabry in her game? They're not the same player at all. That me and you gonna disagree on that one, Unc. You're gonna have to, when you come up here, you're gonna have to tell me where you see that at, because I don't see it. They 2 totally different players. They have nothing alike. They don't read the floor the same. Their playmaking isn't the same. Their shooting range isn't the same. Like they're not the same player. Mabry doesn't play no defense. Do I gotta break down? Don't make me break down Mabry film. Mabry don't play no defense. It's a reason it's hard for her to stay in the starting lineups. It's a reason she's a 6-man. Mabry is not a defensive player. Let me tell you what Mabry does. She'll stay in front of you on your first dribble. Soon as you make a second move, she's going. So she gives the shadow of a defense. I played with players like that before. They'll give a shadow of what defense is. Basically, like, let's say you're running a set, because when you're watching it on TV, sometimes you might be thinking a team is playing man when they're actually playing like a high zone or something, or help zone. So basically what she does is she starts off initially. Brad said, let's move on, Prince. I'm going to move on, because that was wild. That was a wild take on. Oh, you got some good takes, man, but that was a wild one. He said fiery on defense. That was a wild one. ask the Liberty if she played defense. Ask the Liberty if maybe play defense. They're gonna laugh at you. But those who can't see the screen, who are driving home from work, make sure y'all stay safe. Don't look at the phone. That's why I'm here to guide y'all through all of this. Unc trolling, man. Unc is trolling. He don't like Mabry. I forgot. Hey, Brass, don't listen to Unc. He trolling, man. I forgot he don't like Mabry. Mike said, Zoe, Hunter Cruz is a good watch for scouting. I'm gonna check him out. Be well. Fee is only 6'1", heel to top of head, but head to top of shoulders. She has a 6'3" frame, plus her wingspan is more like a 6'3" player. I learned that too, B Will. I was shocked to find out she was 6'1". I thought for sure Fee was at least 6'3". I thought her and Angel was at least the same height. Tony said if she is the best in the draft at her position, if she a player that can go and play on the team from college, say like Paige or Olivia Miles, etc. Mike might be right, B Will. I think her wingspan is bigger than 6'3". I think she had like a 6'7". Yeah. She has long arms. I'm gonna have to go check that out. I'm gonna check that out for y'all while I'm gonna check that out. But those who are listening and can't see my my draft board right now, her measurements again. Her measurement comparison at 6'1", Bridget Carrington, Kalia Copper, Nafisa Collier, and Lexi Hall. All great players in the W. Her strengths: plug and play guard wing, great IQ, dirty work player, catch and shoot with quick release, 36% last year on catch and shoot jump shots, open court floor spacer. She knows how to run to an angle. Again, we always talk about, like we were talking about earlier, that 45-degree angle of the ball. She always runs to an angle where a pass can be made versus running to an angle where it needs a secondary pass to get to her. So she's great at catch and shoot, finding floor spacing. She's a career 40% three-point shooter from the corner in her career. Her perimeter defense, great perimeter defender, only allowing 43% on ISO possessions in her career. And all 4 years at Notre Dame, she's only allowing 43% on her ISO possessions. That's one-on-one. Player puts up a shot. Not her help defense, none of that. Just one-on-one, she's averaging. She's limiting offensive players to 43% ISO scoring. And again, as a guard, that's great because you're going against some of the best guards in the nation. So that is amazing. And they play in a tough conference. So that is amazing. Again, her size and IQ makes her a great defensive playmaker. She jumps passing lanes. Her off-ball help is amazing. She blocks a lot of shots from behind. She's great at cutting off penetration with other defenders and getting back to her man. Like, she's great on her off-ball help defense. Again, this is things that you just won't notice just watching the game. Film breakdown helps you understand these things. Looking at percentages helps you understand these things. Her weaknesses: on ball shooting. She's not great at off the dribble shooting. Her perimeter passing is suspect. She has a light touch on the ball. She's not great at pick and roll defense, especially on the left side of the floor, because she is right hand dependent on her passes for some reason, which is weird. Very weird. Because she's left-handed, so it's very weird. It's very, very weird. It's very weird. But again, hold on. Let me see. Hold on. Let me see. Fee and Kai comps might be a stretch. Hey man, let me say something, man. Be Will, calm down. You know I'm smarter than this. I'm better than this. Let me get to the next slide. Can I get to the next slide, man? And look at Mike. Look at Mike talking about you spitting. You're not spitting. This is not her comp. This is her measurements, man. This is her measurements. Look, it literally says Be Will. It says height comparisons, not comp skill sets. It says height comparisons. Come on, man. Comps is on the next page. We not even on her comp yet, B Will. Yeah, you ahead of me, man. Calm down. we're talking about height comparisons because a lot of people don't know her height. Again, political, you doing the same thing. I'm not comparing. Oh my God. Hey, reading is fundamental, ladies and gentlemen. If you read, look at this. It says height. It says measurements. It's like, you know, when a quarterback going to draft, yes, he might be the same height as Tom Brady. They're not saying he's Tom Brady. What are we? Hey, reading is fundamental, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, it's so fundamental to be able to read. Look at Mike. Talking about we rebelling on Zoe. Talking about feet narrative is better for the combo. Yeah, it is, Brad. I mean, Mike is better for the combo. But that literally says height comparison. What I'm confused about is we literally did the same slides for Olivia and nobody said nothing because I guess y'all was reading that stream. It says we get into the comps. We talking about her measurements and her strengths and weaknesses. We not talking about her overall game yet. Calm down. That's on the next slide. Again, y'all know me. I'm smarter than that. First of all, she doesn't even play like Fee. She doesn't even play like Kalia Copper. The only person on this thing she might play like is Lexi Hall and maybe Bridget to an extent. Maybe. You ain't confirmed nothing, Mike. You ain't confirmed nothing. Nothing at all. Again, her weaknesses is on-ball shooting. She's not good at pull-up jump shots. I think she's only shooting 24% on pull-up jump shots in her career at Notre Dame. Her perimeter passing is suspect. She isn't a strong passer. She isn't great at pick and roll on the perimeter with bigs, but she's great at entry passes, which is weird. She's not great at pick and roll passes because that's moving with the ball, but she's great at catch and entry passes, which would benefit the Chicago Sky because that's what they like. That's what they lack. They lack a big guard who can see over a defense and make entry passes. And I did some numbers. She contributed to last year at Notre Dame. Sonia Citron contributed to 17% of entry passes that were scored for Notre Dame last year. That was number one on the team. So shout out to her. Hey, I know y'all mess with me, Mike. I know y'all mess with me, Mike. Yeah, Mike. I don't see her going past 8. I told y'all I don't see her going past 8 because 10 would be a steal. That's why I said if Chicago can get her at 10, that would be a steal. That would be the steal of the draft. It would be like Dalton Connect falling to the Lakers at 17. Like that would be the steal of the draft. It wouldn't even make sense. It wouldn't even feel right saying that. Even though the Lakers drafted him at 17, it don't even feel right saying Dalton Connect, SEC Player of the Year, fell way to 17. And Wardy Mac, we are breaking down measurements of Citron. She's gonna be a solid wing in the league. But after I watched Miami U and seeing 6'5" Natalia Marshall running like a wing, I think there's some hidden gems. Hey, we're gonna get to some of those, Wardy Mac. We're gonna get to Wardy Mac. Hey, we got what 4 more episodes for the 3rd pick, and then we got 10 episodes for the 10th pick. So she might be in there. Who knows? I still haven't done all my research on the 10th pick yet. Mike said, what do you guys think about the guard at Harvard in the 2nd round? She's balling. They ain't playing nobody, Mike. I know who you're talking about. They ain't playing nobody, man. I'm gonna have to see, man. Hey, I am keeping my eye on her, Brass. On Miss James, I am keeping my eye on her. But again, let me get back to this, man. Her weaknesses are on-ball shooting, perimeter passing. She has slow lateral movement against quicker guards. Juju isn't really a quick guard, so her defense kind of matches up with her better because she's more of an ISO score, fadeaway shooter kind of type. She isn't like a quick, super quick guard. She doesn't utilize screens very well. So quicker guards, she does struggle with them. She's always in the right spots though, but they're able to get around her a little better. She needs help with quicker guards sometimes. So that is concerning going to the next level when you're playing against quicker guards, especially if she's going to be at the 2 versus the 3. And you have some 3s in the WNBA that are quick. So that'll definitely be something I want to keep an eye on this season with her. Her above the break shooting is bad as well. That means from the top of the key, she isn't a great shooter. She's more of a great 3-point shooter from the corner and the left wing. She isn't a great right wing shooter and above the break. I think she's 31% above the break for her career, and I think she's 28% from the right wing. So those two areas of the floor are definitely questionable for her. And again, that's not alarming because all shooters, even Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, even now, both of them have areas of the floor that they shoot 20% from. So you're not going to shoot great from all over the floor. That's just two areas of concern when you think about going to the WNBA and defensive players knowing that, forcing you to the break or forcing you to the right wing from the corner. So that's just something to keep an eye on as we're watching her. But that'll do it for the measurements, strengths, and weaknesses. On to the next slide, man. On to the next slide. Y'all, I gotta literally announce the next slide. See what they do me, Brass, man? I gotta literally announce the slide. Okay. Olivia comp was easier to differentiate because she is great at singularity things. I don't think Citron has reached her like actual WNBA potential. So it was really hard for me to narrow down like an actual player's comp. Yeah, the World Comps finally. Again, it was really hard for me to narrow down an actual comp. Brass, I'm going to get to it. I'm going to get to it, Brass. Again, a lot of these are percentages and not player types. These are percentages. I know a lot of people feel like she's a Lexi Hall comp. I know a lot of people think she's a Lexi Hall comp, but as you notice, Lexi Hall is not on here. If you actually break down Lexi Hall's film and break down Citron's film, they are not a comp. Like, actually, Citron is a better WNBA prospect than Lexi Hall was. She just does a lot of things like let's say Lexi Hall is a C at passing. Citron is a C plus. Let's say Lexi Hall is a C plus at defense. Lexi Hall is a B minus. Like she's like just better. She's better. No matter what like angle you want to take. So her comp is very, very hard to narrow down. So I'm not going to give an official player comp. A lot of these are based on her percentages and what. Yeah, she is definitely more. Mike, you're right. She's definitely more polished than Hall on offense. So I think because they're white players. Brass don't like what you call them. I think because they're both white players, people just want to compare them to, but their games are different. Like the way they play on the court, they might have similar personalities on the court, but just their games are totally different. Their games don't mimic. Like Lexi Hall, this is how opposite their games are. And they don't clash. Lexi Hall and Sonia Citron can be in the game together, and their play styles wouldn't clash. That's how kind of different they are. Like, I know we want to compare the white players, but like if you actually watch the film, they're not the same player. They're not the same player. I think Lexi Hall's ceiling isn't as high as Citron's anyway. But shooting comps. This is according to percentages. And what I did was I looked at players' percentages over the court and added them together versus just looking at their overall percentages. So she has the shooting capabilities of Rachel Banham. Yes, Brass. Rachel. Yeah, Rachel. Shooting, Mike. I mean, Brass, not defense. Do you see Rachel anywhere on my defensive comps? Shooting. You can expect her to knock down shots like Rachel or get hot like Rachel. Alicia Clark and Sophie Cunningham. That's her shooting comps. Her shooting comps again. Rachel Banham, Alicia Clark, and Sophie Cunningham. her defensive comps, who you can look at their WNBA games, and if she could replicate that, she would fit right in. Bridget Carrington. We already know. Lainey Hamilton, WNBA 2024 champs. And another WNBA 2024 champ, Lonnie Febich. That is her defensive comps. The way they can switch on guards and forwards, the way they play passing lanes, how they always in the right spot on defense, how they rotate, their lateral movements, how they keep their hands up. I didn't just take what their percentages steals look like. I went watched their games and said, okay, their percentages match and these players' play styles match. And that's how I came up with those three. So again, her shooting comps, Rachel Banham, or Banham, however you want to say it, Rachel Banham, Alicia Clark, and Sophie Cunningham. That's just catch and shoot. We're talking about catch and shoot, just catch and shoot. Defensively, Bridget Carrington,